Hello guys, do you know forex trading is super easy and you can be a millionaire in few months? All you need is our Finish the Market Maker trading system. With the system, you cash trades like this one to 100 risk reward trades, and this 1 to 75 risk reward ratio trade. That means with as little as $10, you can make $1,000. Tell me how you can lose with that kind of a system. On top of the high risk reward ratio, you still get 80 to 90% win rate. Can you beat that? Finish the Market Maker system delivers it easily. How does that sound? Interesting and amazing, right? Yes, that's exactly how the lies sound. The truth is the bitter one. Lies are very sweet, just like sugar, but it's killing a lot of people. In this video, I'll be exposing some of the forex lies that are so popular that most traders believe them to be true. Welcome to Tom's Capital, where we approach the market with trading facts and institutional data. If this is your first time on the channel, you are welcome. Do know that you've missed out on a lot of really valuable trading information shared in our previous videos. If you have time, do check out the videos so you'll be up to date on the Tom's approach to the financial market. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Back to the Finish the Market Maker trading method that delivers 1 to 100 risk reward ratio. When next you see traders like that, all you need to do is ask why Elon Musk is still the richest man in the world. With a strategy like that, you can almost 10x your account every month, which means a $1,000 account after a year will become over 100 trillion. Such system is better called steal the old forex market strategy. Now let's go straight into the lies that are so common that most traders believe them to be true. One of these lies is that bullish impulse means more buyers and bearish impulse means more sellers in the market. This means when you see price action like this one on the screen, where price from this low made a very sharp impulsive swing to the upside, you automatically conclude that the buyers are more than the sellers in the market and the buyers will win. With this kind of approach, you have reduced the market to a game of tug of war, where the side with most people or strongest people always win. This is a very wrong way to view the market. After all, buying can't happen without selling, which means sellers are always equal to buyers in the market. Before you can buy, you need a seller to sell to you, and before you can sell, you need a buyer to sell to. So when next you see an impulsive move like that in the market, think of who among the market players are buying at that point in time and who among the market players are selling. That gives you a better perspective of what is going on in the market than just assuming buyers are more than sellers or sellers are more than buyers. Another common lie is that price action trend shows institutional order flow. That is, when there is a series of higher highs and higher lows as seen in this illustration, then institutions are buying and vice versa. This is not only a lie but a very expensive one because it is responsible for the high failure rate of traders. The bullish zigzag and bearish zigzag motion is how price moves. The movement is that way because buyers and sellers are always equal at every transaction. The price delivery algorithm have to deliver price in both directions. That is, buy must be delivered and sell must also be delivered. The side with the highest number of longer swings determine where price will go, and that is determined by the overall market dynamics and macroeconomics. This simply means that price action swings and institutional order are not that related. Let me explain this with the illustration on the screen. Here we have a series of higher highs and higher lows which makes a bullish trend. This doesn't mean the institutions are bullish or are placing buy orders. Institutional order on this price action can be in three ways, which will determine the direction of the movement. The first case is what the order flow assumption is based on, where the institutions place buy trades at the low. This will result in a continuation of the trend to the upside. A second scenario is where the institutions place buy trades at the lows and sell trades at the high. The outcome of this definitely cannot be the same as the previous example. In this case, the market will most likely enter a consolidation phase, which is sideways price action for liquidity inducement. The third scenario is where the institutions place sell trades only at the highs or at the lows. The outcome of this will definitely be different from the two previous examples because the order flow is different. In this case, the market will definitely reverse and go bearish. This leads me to the next forex lie that costs most trader money every day, which is that sideways price action or consolidation is accumulation or distribution. The term accumulation and distribution is used to describe institutional order in the market. When institutions are buying, it is accumulation, and when the institutions are selling, it's distribution. These terms are often used to describe consolidation phases that leads to bullish or bearish trends in the market, which is not necessarily true. Accumulation or distribution does not need a consolidation to happen. Institutions can accumulate in a very strong trend. That's when you see quick reversals like the one on the screen. They can also accumulate in a ranging market as well. What determines accumulation and distribution is the order placed, not price action. Consolidation or ranging markets are mostly caused by low volume in the market and only a few times by accumulation and distribution. The next one I want to talk about is arguably the most common forex saying out there, and that is the trend is your friend. This is not a lie, but there are two issues. One is a misconception and the other is that the saying is incomplete. The complete saying is that the trend is your friend until it ends. Many traders hold on to the first part of the saying, the trend is your friend, and throw the concluding part in the trash. As far as I'm concerned, the ending part is the most important part of the saying because it is the risk. And as traders, we all know we should be focused on managing the risk. The misconception part is the confusion of trend for trend line and trend line for trend. The trend may be your friend for a while, but you see the trend line, it's never your friend. To start with, it is very subjective to draw on the chart. Some use wicks, some use body of candles, some even use the line chart to draw their trend line. The question is who is right and who is wrong? Apart from how it is drawn, the trend line is one of the tools the market makers use to manipulate the retail traders. After the third touch is when your trend line is confirmed. The following touches should be no-brainers, but that is almost never the case because the fourth touch, which is supposed to be the most confirmed, fails most of the time. Another issue I have with the trend line is that it gets violated as if it's a change of trend only for the trend to resume after the break of trend line. Another lie that new traders fall for is that trading many pairs gives many opportunity and trade setups. This is true and not true at the same time. You may get setups on many pairs, but these setups are more or less the same setups due to currency correlation. We all know what market correlation is. Many currencies move together. Taking setups on many correlated pairs should not be considered as many opportunity, as the result of one will definitely affect the result of the others most times. For example, Euro USD and New Zealand USD are very correlated. So if you take a buy on Euro USD and also take a buy on New Zealand USD, you most likely win both or lose both. The same thing with gold and silver. These two are very correlated. If a trader shorts both assets, that trader has only successfully doubled his or her risk exposure and not necessarily on two different setups or opportunities. If it wins, he wins both. If he loses both. And if the setup are opposing, then he will definitely win one and lose the other. And on a final note, the classification of price action and indicator-based trading methods as retail methods and smart money concepts and institutional approach as banks method is also a lie. And it is not just a lie, but a very funny one. Personally, I see nothing about smart money concept that is smarter than price action. In reality, it is all just rebranding of the same thing. We all know demand and supply are zones where price move away aggressively to break structure. Price action traders call it demand and supply, but smart money traders call it order blocks with fair value gap. If the levels hold, they both win. If it fails, they both lose. So where is the smartness? I have listened to many bank traders at seminars and interviews, and they all don't seem to care much about the chart or price action or smart money concept or all of these things. They are mostly concerned about economic data, government policies, weather, and seasonality, and they gauge the real value of an asset against the market value to know if it is overpriced or underpriced. Then they make decisions based on that. This simply means indicators traders, price action traders, smart money concept traders are all retail traders at the end of the day, and all the methods are all retail methods at the end of the day. The methods are just more refined in price action than in indicators, and they are more refined in smart money concepts than in price action. But at the end of the day, they are still the same methods. That is why my trading approach is focused on price, time, real accumulation and distribution, and economic data analysis. That way, I am able to see what the institutions are doing, then I basically copy what they are doing or use what they are doing to determine what I'll do. This is going to be the end of this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you will get notified when we upload our next videos. If you have questions, you can leave it in the comment section or message me directly on Instagram at Tom's Capital. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.